Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The Vince McMahon Netflix docuseries told the story of Shane McMahon attempting to prove he was worthy of running WWE one day. Dutch Mantel, formerly known as Zeb Colter in WWE, recently gave his thoughts on a memorable moment from the 6-part special. In an interview for the documentary, WWE personality Paul Heyman recalled how Shane and Vince McMahon once disagreed on an idea. According to Heyman, Vince told his son he would have to stab him with a knife to take WWE away from him. On Sportskeeda Wrestling's Smack Talk, Mantel told Sid Puller II that he knew almost every story in Mr. McMahon except Heyman's revelation. Do CM Punk and Drew McIntyre hate each other off camera? Pro wrestling legend thinks so. Mantel added that he enjoyed Heyman's story but does not believe the incident ever happened. Watch the video above to hear Mantel explain why Vince McMahon is not as smart as many people think he is. In the 1980s, Vince McMahon purchased WWE from his father before buying several wrestling territories to turn the company into a global phenomenon. Dutch Mantel performed as the Uncle Zebekiah and Zeb Colter characters while McMahon was in charge of WWE Creative. Reflecting on the 79-year-old success as a businessman, Mantel thinks his former boss deserves praise. McMahon resigned as a board member of WWE's parent company TKO in January out of respect, amid misconduct allegations. The former WWE chairman denies any wrongdoing. In the world of professional wrestling, few families are as iconic as the McMahons. Vince McMahon, the larger-than-life figure behind WWE, and his son Shane McMahon, known for his high-flying stunts and entrepreneurial spirit, have long been central to the narrative of sports entertainment. However, a recent Netflix series delving into their family dynamics and the rise of WWE has sparked controversy, especially among those who have walked the ropes themselves. In an exclusive interview, former WWE star Chris "The Hammer" Johnson, known for his explosive in-ring style and candid demeanor, shared his skepticism about the portrayal of the McMahon family in the Netflix documentary. "Look, I respect what they've done for the business, but the way they framed their story, it feels a bit scripted," Johnson remarked, leaning back in his chair, a glint of mischief in his eye. Johnson, who had a successful run in the late 90s and early 2000s, was part of the locker room during some of WWE's most turbulent times. He saw firsthand the power struggles and the realities of life behind the curtain. "Vince and Shane are undoubtedly talented and have made incredible contributions to wrestling," he continued. "But the idea that their story is this flawless fairy tale, that's where I draw the line." The Netflix series portrays the McMahon family as a unit driven by ambition and love for the business. They emphasize their shared struggles, victories, and the sometimes turbulent relationship between Vince and Shane. However, Johnson believes the reality is much more nuanced. Wrestling is a brutal business. It's filled with rivalries, betrayal, and sometimes family drama that doesn't get the spotlight it deserves, he said. He recalled a specific incident during his tenure where internal politics affected the entire locker room. "There was a time when decisions were made without considering how they would impact the talent. It felt like a chess game where the pawns, us, were just there to be sacrificed. So to see this polished version of events, it doesn't sit right with me." One of Johnson's major criticisms of the series is its focus on the McMahon family at the expense of the countless individuals who contributed to WWE's success. What about the road agents, the production crew, the wrestlers who put their bodies on the line every night? He questioned. Their stories are just as important, if not more so, than what Shane and Vince experienced. Johnson pointed to legendary figures like Mick Foley and Eddie Guerrero, who played crucial roles in WWE's ascent, but often remain in the shadows of the McMahon narrative. "Their struggles and triumphs deserve a platform too," he insisted. The McMahon story is just one piece of a much larger puzzle. Wrestling, by nature, is a blend of reality and performance. Johnson acknowledged this but emphasized the importance of authenticity. When you start blurring the lines too much, you risk losing the essence of what makes wrestling special. Fans appreciate the artifice, but they also want a connection to the truth, he explained. He pointed out that the series often feels more like a promotional tool than a genuine exploration of the McMahon legacy. It's a double-edged sword. You want to honor their contributions, but at the same time, you can't ignore the messy, complicated nature of it all. That's what real life is, messy. Johnson's skepticism isn't just about the McMahon family's portrayal. It's about the message it sends to the wrestling community. If we're going to tell these stories, let's do it honestly. The next generation of wrestlers needs to understand that the business isn't just glitz and glamour. It's tough, and it can chew you up and spit you out, he cautioned. He expressed concern that a sanitized version of wrestling history could mislead aspiring wrestlers. I see young talent coming up now, and I worry they have this romanticized view of what it means to be in WWE. It's not just about fame. It's about sacrifice and resilience. Johnson believes that wrestling's history should encompass a wider array of voices. Let's hear from the women who broke barriers, the indie wrestlers who paved their own paths, and even those who faced personal challenges while pursuing their dreams. He advocated passionately. It's time to diversify the narratives we share. The McMahons are a part of that story, but they're not the whole story. As our conversation drew to a close, Johnson reiterated his respect for the McMahon family, but maintained his stance on the need for authenticity in storytelling. I think it's essential to recognize their impact, but let's not paint over the complexities. Wrestling is a rich tapestry of stories, and the more we share, the more we honor everyone who has contributed to this incredible art form. In an industry built on drama, spectacle, and often a careful construction of narrative, it's vital to remember the reality that lies beneath the surface. The stories of Vince and Shane McMahon are undeniably significant, but as Chris the Hammer Johnson highlights, they are just one part of a much larger, richer history that deserves to be told with honesty and depth. In wrestling, as in life, it's the struggle, the resilience, and the voices of the many that truly shape the legacy.